We will talk about some basic concepts of physiology in this video. Let's start by talking about what are cells. Cells are the building blocks of life. That is, all living organisms are made up of cells. Cells are also known as a small room. It is the functional and structural unit of life. Each cell is formed by a cell body and a membrane covering the cell body called the cell membrane. The cell body has two parts, namely the nucleus and the cytoplasm surrounding the nucleus. Thus, the structure of the cell is studied under three headings: cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus. Cells work together to form tissues, which make organs, organ systems, and ultimately multicellular organisms. Many types of cells exist in a single organism. Organisms that are made up of single cells are known as single-celled or unicellular, and organisms made up of many cells are known as multicellular. Some cells have membrane-bound organelles, and some do not. When scientists studied cells of various living organisms from an electron microscope, it was found that many organisms have no distinct nucleus surrounded by a cell membrane. Depending upon the internal structure of the cell, two types of cells are found in an organism, namely prokaryotic and eukaryotic. If you are thinking what's the difference between the two types of cells, worry not, for we will tell you all that you need to know about these cells. First, let's see, what are prokaryotes? According to the morphological point of view, prokaryotic cells are the most primitive cells. They do not have a definite nucleus, which includes bacteria and cyanobacteria, blue-green algae. The chromatin bodies remain scattered inside the cytoplasm. Prokaryotes are smaller than eukaryotes. In prokaryotes, asexual division occurs by binary fission. Binary fission is a form of asexual reproduction in which an organism divides into two, each part carrying one copy of genetic material. There is a separation of the parent cell into two new daughter cells. This process happens with the division and duplication of the parent's genetic matter into two parts. Here, each daughter cell receives one copy of its parent DNA. Prokaryotes such as E. coli, archaea reproduce through binary fission. Now, what are eukaryotes? It is believed that eukaryotes have evolved from prokaryotes. They have been characterized by their membrane nucleus. They have a definite nucleus. They contain organelles like mitochondria bounded by membranes and are in the cytoplasm. The chromatin bodies are enclosed by a nuclear membrane. Both asexual and sexual division occurs in eukaryotes. As mentioned before, eukaryotes are larger than prokaryotes and show better structural organization and increased functional efficiency than prokaryotes. Mitosis is that step in the cell cycle where the newly formed DNA is separated and two new cells are formed with the same number and kind of chromosomes as the parent nucleus. In each cycle of cell division, two daughter cells are formed from the parent cell. The cell is also known as equational cell division because the chromosome number in the parent cell and a daughter cell is the same. So the major difference between the two types of cells is the presence of nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. Organelles are the major difference between the two types of cells. Organelles are specialized structures that perform various jobs inside cells. Prokaryotes don't have membrane-bound organelles, whereas eukaryotes do. We will discuss the different organelles in detail at a later stage.